Yeah, good day, Sambonani Njani. My name is Umpumelelo Kamshengo Shabalalo Chaku Tongalamavusa Mavusa Mtope Officer Nakuba Guyena. So guys, we are currently in Melrose Arc. So this is a small town that was created in the early 2000s. So this is just a small mini town within Johannesburg. But before we actually carry on with the video, please do remember to like, subscribe, comment down, and ask any questions regarding this lovely city of Johannesburg, which is one of the richest cities in Africa. It has a lot of economic development, and it's also known as the City of Gold because this is where the hub of South Africa's mining development took place in the 18 and 1900s. So yeah, the purpose of this video is actually to take you to Houghton Estate or Houghton Estate, however you want to say it. So this off-ramp is actually taking us there to this lovely estate. It's also known as the Presidential Estate. This is where most of the presidents of the South African Republic actually lived, such as Thabo Mbeki, Nelson Mandela, Kgalema Motlanthe, except for Jacob Zuma, who actually decided to live in KwaZulu-Natal in a village called Nkandla. So he is one of the presidents who actually lived in rural areas and actually lived or stayed true to where he comes from and lived with the people that he actually grew up around. And so yeah, Jacob Zuma is one of the only presidents who has actually remained intact to Nkandla. So yeah, I just want to show you the houses in this area. So the cheapest house, as you can see, it's 2.7 million. The rates and taxes in this area, you're going to pay roughly around 3,000 rands. And if you want to buy a house, obviously the cheapest house, you have to at least earn or be able to pay you 30,000 per month. So I'm assuming at least 70 to 80,000 rands per month, which is very, very, very difficult in the economy of South Africa. And the cheapest apartments in the area was actually 300 and something thousand, up until 500,000. But on average, I'd say they range around to 800,000, like a 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments. So yeah, that is the property scale of this area. You do find a lot of prominent people who actually live in this area. To not dwell a lot on this area, you just have to actually earn a lot of money to come and live in such an area. This area is known as the suburbs of South Africa, and also here in Johannesburg is one of the richest areas, or the early richest areas that was actually established in this area. So when you look at the history of this area, it was actually bought in the purpose of hoping ukuthi bazothola some gold mines underneath, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Instead, futhi they found ukuthi utshani kuyakhula in this area, so it was easily becoming a forest. And so yeah, they just decided ukuthi let's make it a residential area and make it a suburb and put abantu who are well off. If you know the apartheid system of South Africa, you know what's around the city or close to the cities, this is where white people would actually live. So as a result, even until today, this area is pretty much dominated by white people. You do find a few, at least black people, who actually live in the area. But then yeah, as I have said, this is also known as the presidential suburbs. So kumele uzubo president or own some business in mining, or such as Omotsepe or Sirili. The prominent black elites in South Africa who actually can afford to live in these areas. But then yeah, on average, houses in this area, they just cost 3 million. To be honest, it is much more expensive if you look at it in that way. But I also believe it's much more affordable when you compare it to places like Cape Town, which is bloody expensive compared to this area. So this is the Houghton Primary School. Fees, I was surprisingly shocked to you just pay 25,000 rands or 23,000 per year actually for fees in this area. So the school is not that expensive, to be honest. I'm saying this because in Durban, the average high schools, they cost around this much, or primaries, they cost around this much, especially in Durban suburbs. I believe it's much more expensive, and also in Cape Town, you don't want to mention that place. It's bloody expensive. But then yeah, these are the fees of this primary school in the area. And so yeah, we're gonna hit up now. You're gonna see the beautiful view of Johannesburg, so you can actually see the whole city of Johannesburg, where we are heading to right now. So yeah, when you're in this area, you're actually going to see the whole of Johannesburg. This is indeed the lovely view of the city. You can see the suburbs. You can actually see a lot of places, Sanson, Rosebank, and this is St. John's College. So yeah, this is St. John's College. My fees are they're up to 75,000 from grade 8 to grade 12. As you can see on the screen, I have the nursery, these are 28,000, grade 1 and 2, 44,000, and then the rest of primary school is 60,000 per year. I have to admit to this school is actually beautiful. So the architecture design of this school is the same person who actually designed in Pretoria. The High Court, or not the High Court, I'm forgetting the name, man. To study politics, but you know what I'm trying to say. The main buildings in Pretoria, which are the main hub of the government of South Africa, it's the same person who actually designed those names. I'll just put the name down here. I don't know why it just slipped out of my mind. But then yeah, he was also from Britain, and as you can see, it's giving Boma Harry Potter vibes to this school. It's giving those Harry Potter schools that we actually see in the movies. And so yeah, this is one of the most prominent schools in the area. As you were passing by here, it was actually a sports day, so you could see some various schools actually playing hockey, basketball there at the top, and also yeah, I saw some, I think it was soccer team or the cricket team that was actually heading up this road. So yeah, it was a lovely sport day. And I believe we equally value South Africa, so maybe this is some private school set up, or I'm not sure what's the story. But then yeah, this is the lovely school. If you want to send your child, if you want to live and invest in South Africa, find property in South Africa, this is a nice area you can actually live. I believe we'll see people from America, they actually can afford to Kuhlalana, and we're actually seeing a lot of adults, black Americans moving to Ghana, moving to South Africa, and actually buying property in one of the top places that are well established. This is because they can actually afford, because when it comes to $1 to $1, it's not that much of a difference. Anyways, thank you for liking, subscribe, do comment down. Danko. That is all I want to say. Danko.